Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless. I pray everybody had a good Sabbath. That tuned in to the Deacon Malachi's class. We're going to go ahead and ride to face Jerusalem and send up these prayers, all right?
Men of Israel, blow trumpet. Heavenly Father, as always, we thank you for allowing us to see one day closer to your kingdom, Lord. As you look down upon your congregation and give us mercy and grace, Lord. As you to pass over our houses with this disease and this virus, Lord. Allow us to continue to endure, Lord. Give us the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to receive your word and follow your instructions, Lord. Ask you to bless our congregation, bless those that are sick, bless those that are shut in. Watch over us to deliver us and guide us. Take away our adversaries and destroy our enemies, Lord. In your son, Jesus' name, amen.
All praises, Israel. All praises. Again, all praise to the Most High. We're here to continue bringing out this word 7 days a week, 3 times a day, plus for you. All right. We're going to jump right into class today. All right. Well, go ahead and read the disclaimer first.
We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus 5:1.
All praises, all praises. So that's where we stand on that. All right. So we're going to jump right into class. All right. And today's topic is spiritual pie. Spiritual pie. You may ask yourself, what are they talking about? All right. So the spiritual pie goes into us. All right. Israel. All right. Our time. Time is of the essence, Israel. And we have to allocate our time wisely, all right? But the spiritual power we're going to talk about, our time is taken up. Most of our pie time is taken up, all right? Why? Because work, Esau, the things he have set up for us, mainly work, takes up the most time of our day. It's only 24 hours in a day, all right? So let's go to the article. And we're going to read the article real quick. All right. And it's just basically going to break down the time in which how we work. All right. The so-called 8-hour work week or work day. 9 to 5, right? So just read the top of that.
Okay, while he's bringing up the article there, I just want to say, you know, with everything that's going on nowadays, you would think Israel has been thinking about how much time we have. You know, how much time have they been dedicating to the Most High?
Right,
you know,
right,
because
right.
like you say, Esau takes up the majority of our time,
Yes, sir.
where we're never really focused on are we keeping God's laws.
Right,
you know, we're so busy working. We're so busy. Where's our next paycheck coming
Right,
from?
the rat-
How we
the
gonna
rat
pay
race.
these bills? Yes, doing that race.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you got to move that other one out the way. Yeah, yeah, that's that.
There you go.
Just from the beginning to the top, and then just read on down.
All right.
Career advice, balancecareers.com. What is the average hours per week worked in the U.S.?
Right, so this is just an average because, you know, we all know that Israel as a whole works a lot. You know, some work, and we go get to the breakdown of the pie, but some work, 8 hours. That's rare because we subject to payment in so many different ways. one job can't get it. One job can't cut it. Just like Deacon said yesterday, it takes two nowadays. Back in the day, a man could hold it down. Today, man, the woman, she got to work. You know what I'm saying? You need the two-income household to be able to survive today. And sometimes, like, again, that man takes on another job. So he working a full-time and a part-time. All right? Read it. Read the statistics.
How many hours a week do Americans work? What's the average amount of hours an employee works in a typical week? How does this change based on factors like age, gender, race? The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks how many hours per week the average American works and releases that information as part of the monthly employment situation summary.
So you see Esau, they keep track of everything. All right? Like they got the census going out. You know, they know if you file your tax. They know everything about you. All right? Know everything. And the Bureau of, what is it?
The
Labor Statistics.
Yes, sir.
That's how they track all this. That's how they know who works what, so on and so forth. But they not adding up in the mindset of, you know, Jake, us, and Northern Kingdom of the world working a full-time and a part-time job, or two part-times and a full-time, or three part-times because they can't find a full-time. You know what I'm saying? Our time is consumed with work. Why is this? Because understanding this is how Esau keep this whole system going. Okay, he's the oppressor, and he keep us occupied with what? Work. And we can't devote our time, the little time we have, to the Most High. All right? Keep reading.
According to the most recent data, May 2019, Americans worked an average of 34.4 hours per week. Curious how your work week stacks up against that of your fellow Americans? Here we break down the average hours worked in the United States based on these various factors. Average hours worked per week. Age 16 years and older, 38.9. Age 16 to 19, 24.1. Age 20 to 24, 34.8. Age 25 to 54, 40.5. Age 55 and over, 38. Gender.
Right. So you can even, so that age, what's that, 25 to 54, you can go ahead and bump that up another 10 hours.
Yeah, I was going
You know
to
what
say,
I'm
Cap, those numbers are kind of off.
They are off. All of them off.
You know, just a couple of years ago, I had one job, but I was doing 16 hours a day on that one job.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Can I break it to you, prophets? Those are Edomite hours.
I was just
Pretty
going to
much.
say.
Jake hours.
Pretty much. Right.
Jake
Them
hours.
not our
used to add a
hours.
couple of more just so we
Right.
can survive.
Right. That's it. Go ahead.
Gender. Men worked an average of 41.0 hours per week in paid employment. Women worked an average of 36.4 hours per week. Marital status. Married men worked 4.5 more hours more per week than men who had never married. Married women worked 1.7 hours more than women who had never married.
That's kind of true per se. A married man go work more. Why? Because he got more responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
A single man, not as much, but if he want to be in this world, of course, and be a baller, a player, yada yada, live according to this world, he go work hard so he can play hard per se. All right, live in sin. But go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why back in the day, the 50s, 40s, 60s, things like that, they would encourage the youth to get married early because they knew back then that it would give the man a sense of responsibility and he'd go out and work versus playing and being the coxman,
Right,
like
right.
Deacon Malachi
Right.
say.
Play.
So back in the day, they would always push the youth to get married as soon as possible because it instilled that responsibility inside that man at a young age.
Right. That's on point. Keep reading.
I got it. Race. Said white Americans 38.9 hours per week. African Americans 38.7 hours per week. And Asian Americans 38.9 hours per week.
Yeah, again, they off. They off with their numbers.
There's more.
Those are not true numbers
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Right.
They don't match up to. I know Jake that worked a job and a half.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? In the work week, and it's not just a 5 day; it's a 6-day work week. He take the Sabbath off, but man, we working a whole bunch of hours.
For
Esau
real.
has us consumed.
Matter
Yes,
of
sir.
fact, black people are offended if they got anything under 40 a week.
Yeah, because
Only got 32 hours a week.
you can't survive.
Right.
That's right.
You can't survive. That's why.
Yeah, and not only that,
They make it. They made it for us. Like you got to remember this: the cycle we in, right? The cycle we in is made for us to pretty much work, as we did in the cotton fields. We ain't had no off time.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no vacations. We ain't had none of that. It's work, 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 work. Sun up, sundown. They still out there working.
And
Okay.
that's what I was going to say, Cap. You got the laziest group of individuals saying that they work the most hours a week when we went into slavery because they didn't want to work.
That's what I wanted to go into. I wanted to go into what Deacon Yawasop talks about is the Jedi mind trick that it makes the world look at us as we're the laziest.
Right.
That's the
part of their
reason
mind trick
for
right
that.
here.
Yeah,
right.
that's the reason for that.
That's right.
They know we work 45. Black people look for overtime.
I know when I was working an hourly job, for myself, well, I had a family too, but I was single at one point in time too. But before that, or being married, you got to look, I need 50 plus hours a week, pretty much.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Based off what you get paid, 15, 10, 20, whatever, overtime is where you really make money. All right,
Yes,
time
sir.
and a half, right? You're not gonna make no type of money just working no hourly job from whatever 9 to 5, 8 hours or 10 hours a day. It's the overtime where you really make money.
So honestly, that chart is a spit in the face to black people.
Pretty much.
Right.
Because it's trying to say that
to
we don't
the
work.
nation of Israel,
That-
the
that's
12
it.
tribe.
That goes into that black people lazy type of spirit that they try to put out
Right.
in society on us.
And y'all say that a lot of these positions like Walmart and stuff like that, a lot of times it be us in the management positions or the lower management, not the upper management, but the lower management,
Right.
store manage. It's a lot of African American store managers in Walmart, whether
Right,
people
for
don't
sure.
think it or not. Right, exactly. But the thing about the salary is you work 12,
That's it. Right.
14 hours a day, and
Still
you
get paid
don't.
the
Yeah,
same
it's
thing.
not hourly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you if something happened at the store, you got to stay
You gotta
over.
go there, right.
So
You gotta be there.
your hours is not going. You work 4 or 5 days a week. They work 4 days a week. They work 4 on, I think, like 4 on, 4 off or something. So you 48 hours a week. Not to mention our brothers that work at like penitentiaries and the prison system. They work 12-hour days.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you saying, officer.
Plants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We not the lazy ones.
So we can drop that article. Pull a pie up right quick. And I want you to read. I don't think did I send a definition of occupation? Just look that up. Yeah, look up the definition of occupied. Rather, occupied. Yeah, because remember this whole thing is us being occupied. All right, our time per se, pretty much. 24-hour day, our time is occupied by somebody else, basically. Not serving and giving our time to the Most High, but being occupied by somebody else, another nation. It's because of us, of course, the curses, so on and so forth, but they have our time. All right? You got it? Yeah, that's
sir.
good. The one on Google.
Dictionary.com or Google.
Google good,
You wanna read it? Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know how to-
This is the definition of occupy according to Google. It says reside or have one's place of business in a building. Okay. Verse 2 or definition 2, feel or preoccupy the mind or thoughts.
That's a good one right there. It say feel or preoccupy the mind or thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they doing. They preoccupying your mind
Right.
with what? The job. 14, 10. I just say 10, maybe 8 for some brothers. I don't know, but I doubt. 8 to 10 to 12 to 14, 16 hours a
Right.
day is dedicated to somebody else, to our oppressor. And they're the things that they have you doing on the job, whether it be whatever type of job you do, whatever occupation you're working
Right.
in, your mind is on that, not on the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Which, you could be thinking about it, of course, but you got to be paying attention to your job.
I got
But you
another
can make
definition
things,
for you, Cap.
Actually, you can destroy things. You can, be focused on something else and then, hinder your job as well. All right.
Yes, sir.
So I got another definition for occupied: being used by someone. That's what we're being used. All right. 'Cause remember, this whole system that's set up is Esau's system.
That's right.
All right. To occupy and take away our time from the Most High, to occupy time with His foolishness. All right. So we won't be able to give time to the Father. All right. To study, to pray, apply, and all these things that we're supposed to be doing according to the scriptures. Go ahead.
Captain said something heavy just before he pulled out that second definition. He was talking about our mind is so fixated and so focused on the job, and that's because of Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
Last hired, first fired.
Right.
So most of us are in fear of losing our job if we don't work at a certain level compared to Esau.
Right. Right.
That's
so
right.
that is one of the main reasons
Good
why
point.
we're so fixated and so focused on our job is because we know we're gonna be the one to lose it if anything happens. So
Right.
we always try
That's
to
right.
be better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's on point.
That's
we got to
right.
go above and beyond, right?
When I was
Yeah.
growing up, that my mama said that if you black, you got to be twice as good as a white boy to do the same position.
Right.
So
That's
don't
true.
ever forget that.
That's true.
And take twice as much crap too.
That's right. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got to keep your mouth closed and
Yes,
take
sir.
all the foolishness that Esau put on your head.
I got
Another
another
one,
definition for you, Cap.
Go. What's that?
So I had another definition for you too when you finish. Sir.
Okay, I got one more. The second one that I found was busy or active. So to be occupied is to be busy or active. That's what you being busy and active doing somebody else's work. Being preoccupied with devices, with other things outside of God's work. All right. And we have to manage this what I'm showing you is the spirit of Esau, right? But then which is the spirit of Egypt, because we're going to touch on that as well. But it's the preoccupied time. All right. So we won't be able to give our time what we need to the Most High. All right. Because we got a work to do. All right. We still continue to have to play our role and live in this society, in this captivity. But then we have a role to play as well as being prophets and leaders of this nation to wake up our people. All right. What's the definition you got, officer?
It's occupied. It says to take up or fill up, to take or fill up space, time, etc. To engage or employ the mind, energy, or attention of. And
That's
then
good. That's
also to take or hold possession.
Right.
So,
Yeah. That's good. We took and hold possession
Mm.
of them. That we're their possession right now.
Right.
Just like the scripture say in Isaiah 14, they gonna be our possession. So go to the pie chart. So I'm just gonna break this down quick and easy for y'all. All right. Just go get an example of a pie. All right, and the pie gonna be cut in different ways, and we go focus on the pie that's cut in 6 pieces. All right. So just play it. It's quick. It's a quick video. Just showing you cutting pie. All right. So you got to remember, America's objective is to keep this kingdom going. All right. And what do I speak of when I say that? The economy. Yeah, that's where I'm going. To keep the economy going. That's what this whole system is for. Esau, these nations as well, the other nations, is about what? Money, trade, buying, commerce. That's what this whole system is set up for. All right. And we are the workhorse behind that. All right. Here in America. Okay. So you saw the pie chart showed you 6 cuts. It had an 8 one as well. But we're going to focus on the 6 pieces of the pie. All right. So I broke it down to a 24-hour day. Each slice would be worth 4 hours. All right. So 3 of those slices out of that pie would make up 12 hours. So that's 12 hours that you would be giving to your job to work. Right. And like I say, some people work 8, but then they go to another job and work another 6.
Yes, sir. Some of them like full-time jobs, 2 full-time.
2 full-time jobs. That's what I'm saying. The percentages and all Esau math is wrong. All right. We understand and we know, because we Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we understand the struggle. We understand working 2 jobs, all right, throughout all of our people, all right. And so you have 3 of the pies represents 12 hours because it's 4 hours per slice. So that's 12 hours gone out your day, right? Then you got 2 hours that represents 8 hours of sleep, right? Which I know the normal person, because we work so much, really don't get 8 hours of sleep,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Because you try to cram in other things in which your free time, your unoccupied time, which is your leisure time, right? Which is your free time that you're supposed to have, right? They get ate up quick, all right? So you will probably put over 2 hours to that for as your leisure. And that's that one piece of pie that you have left, the 4 hours, all right, which would be 4 hours, but take away 2 from the 8, the other 2 slices, which will have 6 hours, just say, of free time, right? To do what? Study, to reach out to brothers and sisters, depending on what position you play in the body, all right? Family time. When do you have family time, all right? And remember, we speaking of a 5-day work week, right? But it can go over because some brothers work 6 days a week, right?
Some brothers, yeah.
With their 2 jobs, right?
7, yeah.
Right. 6, yeah, right. That's right. The most I say 6 days should y'all do all our labor. The 7th, and they doing it.
That reminds me and Naam was me and the captain was going somewhere, and I was making a joke, and they got on me so hard. I said the most I said only 6 days. He only got 1 day for the Lord.
Right.
They almost threw me out the car.
Oh man. Yeah, and I said the Most High worked 6 days, and he rested the 7th. All
That's
right.
right. There you go.
Yeah, all praises. So in that little time that we have, the 4 to 6 hours of free time, unoccupied time we have, we try to cram so much stuff in. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because our time is preoccupied. I'm going to show you why our time is preoccupied by our oppressor, all right? Because they have agenda. Only part we fit in their agenda is to work, is to make this economy, as Trump say, America great again.
That's right.
All right, to continue to be the top nation on earth, America.
That's
all right, the top kingdom on earth, America. Superseding China, superseding Europe and Asia and Russia, so on and so forth. America is at the top. For us to stay at the top, we got to continue to work.
Work and die.
Work and die. That's it. So we're going to start off, go to Sirach 38, and we're going to start off at 24. All right, Sirach 38 and verse 24. Because this is the real reason why Esau wants to keep us busy, all right, and focus on our craft, which is their craft, honestly. Because, for us, we take up trades and things of that nature, right, to have a job, you know what I'm saying? Because that trade is what keep us really working and making some type of decent wage, So let's read that. Sirach 38
All right.
and verse 24.
I got you, Cap. I got you. This is the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise.
So right here, the scriptures is letting us know if we don't have too much business, which is Esau's business, and can allocate more of our time to the Most High, we'll become wiser. All right? That's what you're studying, praying, applying. That's what you teaching and building up your family, your wife. You understand? That's what you going out there on fly missions and doing the Most High's business. You understand? This is your real job on earth. You understand? This is your first priority. But Esau, as we read down, he consumes you. All right? So that leisure time we have less of. That's why I showed you the pie chart, or the pie graph, rather, in which we only left with one slice, honestly. All right? Keep reading.
Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
It say, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow? A plow is what? A gardening tool.
Farming tool.
Yeah, a farming. That's what I'm farming. Because gardening, you kind of on a lower scale. We talking about farming where we talking about growing crops. Okay, on a bigger scale, right? Go ahead.
So can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
So he's saying, how can you get wisdom when you too busy working? That's really what it's saying
basically,
right there.
That's exactly what it's saying. Right.
That's heavy.
And that's the thought that you have to ponder on, Israel. All right. And of course, we know we got to work in this captivity, so on and so forth. But we have to be, and we go get in that further in the class, but being content with what we have. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with this picture that America has painted for us in our mind. Remember, they have our mind on lock. This is the American dream, to have a big house, to have these cars and X, Y, and Z. You understand?
Well, if y'all was watching class last night,
That's
you
right.
learned that was eugenics project set up for population control.
Mhm.
They
Right.
made the image of the perfect household in order to
Right,
keep you
right.
from making too many children.
Right, right.
They want you to
Right.
keep your household to 1 or 2 kids. The white dog, I mean
Right.
the white picket
Picket
fence, the
fence.
dog,
Exactly.
rover.
Right.
That's instilled in our minds. That's all part of eugenics.
That's right. And
So-
you got the woman that's saying, no, I can't have no babies yet because I got my career right now. I'm pushing for my career. Later on in life, then I may have a kid or two.
Or the
That's
man,
the mindset.
The
Or
man,
the man-
I'm not. I can't afford to marry you
That-
yet.
right.
I got to get my money right. Many, a
That's Jake.
lot of people have said that. Or I
Right,
can't
right.
afford to have children. I'm not going to be able to afford
Right, right. Yeah.
them.
When did our forefathers ever say that? They had a whole bunch of kids. Well, I can't, baby, just hold off right now. We can't, won't be thinking about no more kids right now because we can't afford them. That's not in the Bible.
Another Jedi mind trick done by eugenics.
That's right.
We
right.
so brainwashed in society. We don't even know where our thoughts are coming from until we start uncovering them with this Bible.
Right. That's right.
Well,
that's right.
understand that our thoughts today are not really our thoughts.
That's right. That's it.
We come out of our
Mhm.
mother's womb,
Right.
and we're put on this schedule, on this agenda that Esau has created.
Fashion and iniquity.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly. Shaping in
Right.
iniquity.
People
Yeah.
worried about a microchip, but you've been programmed since you came out the,
That's
out
right.
the womb.
That's
From
right.
the minute
They don't
you-
need no
the minute you took
microchip.
that first
Right,
cry.
right.
Exactly.
I dig in y'all
Hey.
South say that satellite in your mind.
That's it. Right. Right.
And that's crazy that y'all say that, because when you think about it, us being programmed like that, that's why they want us to hurry up and go back to work. Because they
Right.
know,
Yep. Yep.
they know
Yep.
if you spend too much idle time, the Negro gonna wake up.
That's it. That's the key point right there.
Right.
You go wake up and turn back and come. The Most High go send His Spirit, His prophets, the angels to come and boom, bring that message to you who you are. And they don't want that to happen. They want to preoccupy your time.
You know how
All right.
you know how true that is. Most of us found the truth with our idle time.
Right.
Most of us had idle
That's-
time when we
that's
was
right.
younger,
Right.
and that's how we stumbled into the truth.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the reason why YouTube is such an important weapon
Right.
when it comes to waking our people up. Because the people that do have free time, most of us discovered this truth, chilling, and finding a way, and
Right,
then look
right.
and discover. We stumbled upon this truth
Yeah.
Right.
when we had free time. So that's
right.
what you said, officer, is heavy. Esau want to keep us working, because if not, we will stumble on this truth.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I found out the truth from coming from the casino. In my leisure time. You know? So
Well,
that's the most I say, all right, let me go and give you this treasure right quick. You know, you need to wake up.
I was actually at work and had
At
some
work.
little time
Right.
to get on the computer and stumble upon the truth.
There you go. There you go. Keep reading.
You the worst nightmare. You had idle time at work. You
Yeah,
really
for real.
Hey, well, you know what? I had worked my way up to management to where I could have some free time. So I was putting in
Right,
some
right.
serious hours. So
Let's keep reading.
all right, verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors?
So the gold is like, had to look this stuff up. I ain't know what it meant. But like a prong, like the electric one they had today to move the cattle, basically. All right. And the driveth the oxen is a oh yeah, that's it. That's what it is. The stick, the gall. Yeah. They driveth the oxen.
Yeah, ox
Keep reading.
gold. It's called an ox gold. One of our forefathers battled with that thing. It's like a long stick, and it's got like a hook on the end.
Right,
and
right.
You hit the ox with it.
There you go. Get
You
in.
can poke them too.
Right, yeah, to make a move. Like I said, today they got like electric shock on it. So yeah, go ahead.
And is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks.
So they whole mind is consumed like today with what? With work. All right, because you he's saying it's beef. Because why is that? Because your whole day is pretty much taken up by what? Work. You at work. You at work. Yeah, I'm at work. I had to hit you back. You know, you got some jobs. I know mine. They got strict with it. You can't have phones at work. Phones got to be off. So on and so forth. So, it ain't no outside sources hitting you nowhere. It's the job. That's all you know. You know what I'm saying? They have your mind preoccupied with other things, with work, basically. Keep going.
Verse 26. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kine fodder.
It say he give his mind, which are to make furrows, which is a plow. All right, and diligent to give the kine fodder, which is food, to feed the cattle. All right. So his mind is not on the Most High. When we at work, yeah, us that's repentant, our mind on the Most High, because we trying to pray and fast and keep our mind on the Most High, not to go off at work, not to, go off on Esau. All right. But at the end of the day, most of our people mind, it's not on the Most High. It's on their job, their profession, to be the best they can be, like the officer said, for Esau. All right. Going above and beyond for Esau. All right. To keep this system afloat. All right. So jump down to 25.
25 or 34?
I'm sorry, 34.
34?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Verse 34. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft.
This is the key thing right here. The scripture just gave us the format in which our oppressor from long ago to today has implemented. And that's us being occupied in working, occupied in our craft. Whatever your craft may be, all right? Whether you're architect, that's higher end, of course, but, or what else?
A janitor.
A janitor, you know what I'm saying? You be the best cleaner you can be.
Landscaper.
Huh?
Landscaper.
You know what I'm saying? And you go to school for stuff like that, to be a landscaper, for learning how to cut the grass, learning the different plants, learning how to not let fungus and stuff grow on the grass,
Right.
because we
Certain
got
weeds and certain plants. And
That's right.
bugs.
You know what I'm
Horticulture. They call it horticulture.
Agriculture.
Horticulture. When you deal with some of them
okay.
things, yeah.
Okay, all right. Agriculture on a bigger scale, right?
Yes, sir. Agriculture is like crops and stuff like that.
Okay. So you see, we occupy in what? Esau's system. All right. Esau cares about one thing: as power and money. The economic system is what gives him that power and makes him that money. All right. Let's go to.
Can I
Yeah,
finish
go
one right? Yeah, because I got some stuff right
ahead,
here
go
that
ahead.
I was looking at. Let's go to 33 first.
Same chapter.
Yeah. And then Ecclesiastes 7 and 12 after that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I got you.
Okay.
All right, the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 33. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken.
So right here, it's saying that they have a lack of wisdom.
Right.
So I wanted to. I was thinking in my mind. I said, "Why is it that they're working so hard?" And this is why. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, because the scriptures tell you need one or two things. Really, you need both, but you need one or two of these to succeed or to survive in this captivity.
Right.
So our people have foregone wisdom in order to get the other one. So right here.
Right.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense.
See what it says at the very beginning? Wisdom is a defense.
Right.
So when we go back to verse 33, we just left, you have wisdom, you're going to be sought in public counsel and things like that. Right. So you know how to maneuver in this captivity. You know how to put things to a side. You know how to survive when it comes to oppression because you have wisdom.
Right.
But most of our people are lacking wisdom because they don't know who they are and they don't keep the commandments.
Right.
So let's keep reading and show you what they live by.
Hey, I was saying their outlook is what's in front of them.
Right.
Esau. That's what they chasing after,
That's
to
right.
be like them. Right.
But they're chasing after defense. They're chasing after safety, security.
Well, so-called safety.
Right.
Ain't nothing. What is safety today?
But that's because they have lack of wisdom.
Corona taking over everything.
See, the man with wisdom knows
Well, I'm
that
showing you, America. They say safety. They say we got all these protocols and these systems set up. What happened to your systems?
Right.
the most. You can't stop your
White
your
Christ.
systems can't stop the Most High. Go ahead.
White Christ can't stop Corona. But what you said is heavy because they don't have any wisdom, so they're looking at it in the mind of a white man. A white man's safety is in his money.
Right.
But
right.
a wise man's safety is in the Most High.
That's right.
So we know that it's more to just money.
Right,
But like we
basically.
said, we've already established these people that's working their butts off, they lack wisdom.
Right,
So money becomes their defense
Well, remember,
because they don't have wisdom for a defense.
Right.
Right, right,
And
right.
remember what I was telling you earlier about being programmed coming out of the womb. Okay, you're programmed to go into Esau's system, and all they push to you on, like, you look at your TVs, you look at your music videos, on your radio, is all about what? Money.
Right.
Money, money, money. Cash rules everything around me, like your cream, like they
Yes,
used to
sir.
say back
Right.
in the day.
yes, sir.
So when you push that, and your forefathers and your foremothers, go out, make sure you get a good education so you can get a good job, so you can do this, that, and the third. Okay.
Man better have money. Don't
Yeah,
give it
the
no
man-
anybody.
exactly.
Right,
You're telling
look
our
what kind
way,
of car
exactly.
he got. Look what.
Yeah, how big of his
This,
house? How
that,
much
and the
money he
third,
got in the
right.
bank? What's his bank account? Can he afford this? Can he afford that?
That's right.
And,
So your focus, you're already given a negative
right.
from the jump.
Mhm.
You're already given the wrong mindset.
That's right.
You're already coming out under the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So
From the
instead
jump.
of your parents teaching you to have your defense and wisdom,
Right.
they make you have your defense
That's
and
right.
money.
Money.
Exactly.
And when you gave me this topic, that's what I thought about. I said,
Right.
why is it that our people so fixated on money? It's because they don't have any safety in anything else
That's right.
like we do. We know the safety is in His word.
Right.
We know Psalms 91. We understand that the ones that's dwelling in the secret place is going to survive.
That's right.
Our people don't know nothing like that. So only thing they thinking of is money is gonna keep me good.
Right.
That's why I went here.
That's right.
Because it's saying you got two defenses in this world: wisdom and money. Since our people lack wisdom, they go head for money, and that's the
Right.
reason why they work so much, because they think this is gonna be their defense in life.
Right. And when you look at our forefathers, when they speaking from this, they lived in an agricultural type society.
Right.
So they knew that money would only get you so far. And now we've been so separated from being able to live off of the land. Esau done destroyed the land and destroyed our animals and everything. So now all you got is the money.
Yep.
Because when you think
Hey.
about it, everything else gonna run out because they destroyed the land.
That's what we're going through today.
Exactly.
Everybody running to the grocery store, panicking and buying this, that, and the third. Toilet
Right.
paper, which they
Right.
whoever wipe their butt that much ever in my life. But
You know, white people ain't. No, I ain't even gonna go there.
but the point is
Right.
that's we have money and we don't know nothing about the agriculture,
Yes, sir.
none of that.
Yes, sir.
That's what we depend on.
Right.
To go to HEB or Kroger's or any of these big chains.
Right,
To
because
survive.
a lot of the foods that we get, they out of season.
Right.
A lot of these foods are out of season because they package them, they put them in all these different things to preserve them and stuff like that.
Right.
That's a whole
Apples are
nother
supposed
class.
to-
You
right.
go to the GMOs now.
But going into what you said, wisdom is defense, money is the defense. How you gonna learn how to live off of the land when you working all the time? You
Right. You
have
never
no
been
time
taught.
to. You don't even have no time to even learn how to use wisdom for your benefit.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like the
Learn
officer
how to
saying.
agriculture.
I'm
All
sure
you know is money.
What you said was so heavy, bro. I got deer that's right around the corner from my house. Like in the morning, don't make no jokes, but deer be frolicking, eating grass.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
I
in a
can
rural
see
area.
him. I can literally see him.
Right.
Next block, there's a whole bunch of cows. The next block, it's a whole bunch of horses. I literally should be able to survive if anything popped off. But because I have no training and butchering, don't know how to kill, none of that kind of, don't know how to do none of this stuff the correct way because the way we've been brought up in society, I literally really probably would sit there and still starve, even though I got deer and everything around me.
Right.
And that's what you're talking about. That's how
Yep.
badly we've been programmed.
Pretty much. We don't
Okay.
know how to kill the animal and then let the blood drain a certain way so it won't,
Yes, sir.
mess up the meat, yada yada. We don't know none of that.
I got
Right.
to call Karatas
Right.
out.
Hey, Kat, let me bring out one precept that kind of help us out on what we're talking about today, because it's going into what we're talking about, being having meditate on the laws of God, we're supposed to be how we're supposed to be living. Right now, we come out of the womb, we're meditating on money. We're meditating on the ways of Esau's economics. Real quick, Joshua 1:8. You know, like I said before, as soon as we come out the womb, we're already at a negative. We're already below the starting point, because we're programmed the wrong way. Okay, and here's one thing: we get programmed to follow after money, chase after this, find a good job, get the big house, everything else. But we don't understand that keeping these laws is what makes us successful.
Right.
That's what our people fail to miss. Okay, real quick, Joshua 1:8.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth,
Mm-hmm.
but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
So earlier, Cal, when you said, like you said, the definitions of occupy, we're supposed to be meditating on God's laws, but our minds are occupied,
preoccupied.
Yeah, preoccupied with the system that has been placed upon us.
That's right.
To the point of where we don't meditate, we don't even think about keeping God's laws, because we're so worried about where we're getting our overtime from. How am I going to support my family? Where am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to pay this? So the scriptures tell you meditate first and foremost on God's laws. Go ahead.
Thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
So the scripture says, do what the scriptures are telling you to do.
Right.
Like we just read in Sirach 38, it tells you those that are following the ways of the world, they're not going to be sought out for counsel. They're not going to be sought out to make judgments or discern matters, because they have no wisdom, they have no understanding, like Al-Sazak was bringing out. So last part of that verse, it says, after you have meditated on God's laws, after you have understood that this is what's supposed to be in the forefront of your mind, read.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
So it says those things that we're trying to chase, the Most High is actually wanting to give them to us. But there is a stipulation there. We've got to keep his laws first and foremost in our head. First and foremost, meditate on his laws and to do according to what those say. That is what's going to make us prosperous. And that's what's giving us the good success.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
One more, and it's real quick. Matthew 6:33. Real quick. Yeah, you just going there? Okay. Yeah, Matthew 6:33.
Hold on. Before you go there.
Yes, sir.
Before you go there. Let's go to Colossians 2:8.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praises.
Let's go there first. Because remember, we're talking about the mindset and how we've been programmed to think about money, money, money. All right. My position in state in this world, this life, this kingdom, which is not our kingdom. That's the key thing that you have to remember, Israel. This is not our kingdom. It's not our rest. All right. We're here to serve punishment for breaking the commandments. All right. Not to say live like a bum or anything like that, but it's not to seek riches. You know what I'm saying? If they come, because some people that play basketball, NBA, some people that play football, different avenues of life, maybe been a motivational speaker, whatever, help guide people or whatever, right? Per their profession. Hey, all praises. But that's few and far between, all right? We're talking about mainly regular folk, all right, that's living paycheck to paycheck, all right? So let's read that right quick. Colossians 2:8.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
So it's giving you warning to beware of who? Our enemy. We have enemies that's been leading us since we came over here.
That's right.
That's right.
And it says, lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit. So the things that we've learned are vain things, deceitful things, shortcuts you can do and take. Esau take a lot of them, but they can get away with that, right? Our people get in politics and these different high offices of, what's the word, how I go? Authority, thank you. And they don't use it wisely. You know what I'm saying? They don't use it to help benefit their people.
Yeah, like Esther and them.
Right. They use it for their own vantage point.
Like Jason and them.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Ungodly rich. Right. They use it for their own profit, their self gratification. You got what's that woman that used to be over TSU? She
The president.
Priscilla Slay, right?
I forgot what the name. I know she was the president.
Yeah. Nevertheless, she went and did stuff around her house with money, spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
$2 million on landscaping.
A lot of money on landscaping.
I was at school there. Me and Captain Iramah was at school there during this time.
And then you got the guy that was in the mayor that was in New Orleans. He went to jail for some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, our people, they try to do what Esau do.
Right.
That backdoor stuff that get money here and now and nobody ask about it because they Esau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Embezzlement.
We can't do that. Embezzlement and,
Money
using
laundering.
funds for their own personal gain. They can't do that. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Our people abuse their positions, all right, and not help benefit their own nation with these positions, all right?
Right. Speaking of that, Cap, it was a judge. It was two African American women judges. One of the judges, she's the top judge. She put out the order that everybody else been putting out. Nobody's coming into the courts or anything because of the COVID-19.
Yeah,
she went against that and said, "No, I'm gonna be here so they can come." So then now she's under investigation for being hard-headed and stiff-necked when the judge above her put the order out, said nobody's coming into the court system.
Right.
And the public defenders, two of them, they was like, "Ma'am, but nobody's gonna be here. They got this going on. No, I'm gonna be here." And she called the man a little idiot afterwards. And all this stuff is recorded. So now she's gonna be under investigation.
She's gonna be disbarred.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen with her.
Hard-headed.
But you know why she's doing all that?
America.
1 Timothy 6:10.
Right.
Money is the root. The love of money is the root of all
Right.
evil. The judges get paid for the cases that they take in.
Right.
That's the reason why she want to stay open and continue to work and maintain the state of this world like we went into.
Pretty much.
Because in her mind, the only defense that she has is the money. She doesn't
Right.
have any wisdom, because if she had wisdom, she would have sat down
Right.
like the judge told her to do.
Follow the order.
Right.
Right.
Did what everybody else did.
So the people that wasn't showing up, she was holding them like as for
Contempt.
warrants.
Holding
So
them in
now they
contempt.
had warrants out for them because they wasn't showing up because of the COVID-19 stuff going on. So some of our people in this situation is not following the protocols. They're gonna be made an example.
But those the same ones that was always made an example.
Yeah.
Right.
She was in the wilderness too. She probably was cold
It's a
as
lot
life.
of our people that will be examples, of course. You know what I'm saying? But remember, so we're showing you all of the negatives on why Esau want to keep us working. All right. So, and the main thing is we're talking about is money. Go to Proverbs 23 and verse 4. So it said, deceitful after the traditions of man. All right. Man's tradition is to get money. All right. Get rich or die trying. All these different philosophies, because 50 Cent ain't come up with that. He learned that from our oppressor. All right.
That's right.
Of
He
course.
learned that from the men that came before him. All right. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these business moves and strategies he making, they already been done by who? Esau. All right. He just following their footsteps. All right. Let's read that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 4. Labor not to be rich.
It say, labor not to be rich. Labor not to be rich. But what do our people do? They labor to be rich. They labor to keep up with the Joneses. They labor because it said, remember it said philosophies and doctrines in Colossians. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these things we work hard for
That's right.
to be able to buy Christmas gifts and things of that nature. Buy our
sir.
children, which coming up this month, that they trying to, well, he at first, Trump was trying to, push everything back, speed everything up so they can have the Easter foolishness. That's another day. You got to buy the nice kicks and the suit and all that foolishness.
That's right.
The eggs and the hats, right? You know what I'm saying? All paganism, right? We working hard for those things.
Hey,
The
Cap,
philosophies of man. You understand? Go ahead.
hey, Cap, you know how much money they losing for this? When I used to work
A
in
lot
the
of money.
retail system, and these holidays are specifically for retail.
CME.
Big box stores and,
Right.
even the regular stores,
Right.
like Walmart.
Targets
As
and
soon
all
as
them, right.
as soon as Christmas is before Christmas is
It's over,
ending,
right.
you have what you call it? You have Valentine's Day and New Year's stuff coming out.
Right,
Soon
right,
as Valentine's over, you got what is it? St. Patrick's Day stuff coming out. Then you got Ash Wednesday stuff they promoting
Mardi
with
Gras,
the
all
fresh
that
fish
crap.
and all that stuff. Then you got Easter. I was the one that built the displays, so I know right after the other.
Right,
and
right,
sometimes in the middle of it, it's finna end. You got the stuff they coming out. It's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out.
right.
So they monetary system of gain is built
Right.
upon these holidays
That's
and
right.
these systems, and they all, like you said, after the traditions of men,
Right.
after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
That's right.
Because Christ was not about gain. He said, "You turn the temple into a den of thieves."
Right. Turn over, flip over tape
Right.
and everything. Right.
That's
Because
why
they
I
was
call this-
manipulating the people to get
Right.
the money.
That's why I call this time of the year I call it the Wicked Six. Like this 6 months of wicked holidays. Starting from Halloween
Right.
all the way until they finish. It's like 6
Thanksgiving.
weeks of wickedness.
Right.
And I mean 6 months of wickedness. Then
Mhm.
the 6 months of righteousness come in for us. Because then all our holidays come in when theirs is kind of ending. It kind of overlap with Passover.
Yeah.
And then it start going in all the way to the tabernacle.
Yep.
and
About
so,
the
yeah.
tabernacle.
And then they start catching back up with
The
they
Halloween
wicked,
and
right?
everything.
So I
Right.
call it
Yep,
like
yep.
the Wicked Six. That's what I call it in my mind.
Hey, all praise. That's on point.
Yes, sir.
That's on point.
Do you want me to finish that,
So-
Cap?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom.
It say, cease from thine own wisdom. So your own wisdom is not your wisdom, really, right?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
the little satellite in your head, like officer was saying. Chocolate covered Edomite, the satellite in your head just based off of what you've been taught. All right, based off of what their definition of being wealthy or comfortable or your state of being in life. But we have a state of being. We have law, statutes, commandments that we're supposed to be abiding by. All right, our duty on this earth. We don't know that though. Why? Because this system we in, this work hour week, and then even on a weekend, that's taken up because you're trying to get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? As far as of course, not the truth.
If you ain't keeping the commandments, you
Right.
buying.
yeah, I would
and
say not
shopping.
the truth.
Right.
You're doing everything on
Right.
Saturday,
Right,
pretty much.
exactly.
Pretty much.
And then Sunday, you go to church, right? Yeah. But nevertheless, and then that day, they go they go out whoring and everything else that Saturday night,
Right.
and then wake up, go to church in the morning. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, it's continuous now.
He says continue.
I'm serious. It's continuous now. Church nowadays is nothing but New Club Sunday.
Right.
That's right.
true.
It's
we used
nothing
to
but
teach
New
out
Club
there.
Sunday.
That's
on,
right.
On the Day of Atonement.
Exactly.
And the women dressed like harlots.
Right. The same dress they had
Mhm.
on. Right.
Yeah,
in the club.
the all-purpose dress.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's long enough for the club and short enough for the church.
That's right.
Right.
That's
And sit on the front row so the pastors and the deacons and all the men that's in authority can see everything.
Yeah, my pops used to tell me
Right.
about that. He was a
Right.
pastor. He used to tell me.
So just remember, Israel, this is not your rest. This is not for us to get rich and live a life of luxury, all right? Because we're going to have that in the kingdom with true power and true rulership. Well, all nations we're going to have to obey Christ and us, those that's appointed to rule, the 144,000,
That's right.
or, they won't be here.
Suffer the
Can we
consequences.
read verse 5 since you
Go
said
ahead.
that?
Yeah, read verse 5.
Verse 5 is heavy.
Read verse 5.
I was thinking this the whole time he was saying
ahead.
it.
You in the spirit.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?
That's what Christ said.
Right.
Your treasure should be stored in heaven.
That's right.
That's what they're saying right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Keep reading.
Keep reading.
For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
So it's showing you all that money that you grinding for, it's gonna go right up in the sky because
Right.
you ain't gonna take it with you.
Bring it out.
Right. It's going to be gone from you.
Right.
You can't die. Put all my millions in my casket with
Right.
Right.
Deacon Malachi said it the best. He said, the $millions that you made you should make $1 million in heaven instead of
Right.
trying to make it on
Right.
earth.
That's right.
If you
That's
understand what he's saying, that means all that money that you got left over, he's the same thing Christ told the young man. Help us buy schools. Help us go booster club.
Right.
Help us do the things that we're supposed to do locally.
Right.
Put that money to a use so the Most High can say he spent $1 million on this truth.
Right. Build a
Not
nation.
spent
That's right.
Exactly.
Help
Instead
build a
of
nation.
I spent $1 million on this crappy mansion that's about to be melted away.
That's
Right.
right. Right. Go to Matthew 16 and 26. Because we got to remember, money, like Officer Poole, is a defense. Those with wisdom know how to utilize that money, all right? Just like we went over a while back with the tax season and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, man, read that. Yeah.
The book
for
of
real.
Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 26.
Yes, sir.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
That's a question. What does it go profit a man, woman, is in general, to gain the whole world? All right, and to reach this pedestal or whatever pinnacle in life. So, what's it going to give you or help you? How is it going to help you when Christ come back and judge you? What treasures have you laid up in heaven for your nation? You understand? You got off?
Is it where you at, Matthew?
16, 26.
I got you.
Go ahead,
16,
Officer.
26.
It says, "For what man? So what is a prophet?" Hold on, let me say it again.
I got you.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
So that's showing you that you cannot give anything. Like Christ ain't coming and saying, "Okay, what you got for me?" Oh, you got 2 million? Okay, I'll take that. Go ahead. Go to the gates. No. That's not going to profit you. He don't want that. He wants your spiritual works that you're doing. All right? The work that you're doing within the body of Israel. The law, statutes, and the commandments you keeping in the faith of him. That's what he wants. All right? Not this worldly possessions. All right? Go to Matthew 6 and 24. All right? Matthew 6 and 24. So understanding Israel, don't focus on the money, because that's what Esau pushes out there. This whole economy runs off of the system of money, commerce, buying and trading, all these pagan days, like obviously Lai was saying, so on and so forth. These things this is where our money go. Our mind is occupied in that, in working, and what we got to do for the kids. Okay? Read that.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other.
So Christ telling you, choose ye this day who you go serve. God or who? Money. Is money going to be your rule? Like Officer poured out in Timothy. Money is the root of all evil. That's if you use it with all the lust that it went into. All right? But it can be used for good as well to help benefit your nation. But you have to be on this mindset and be deprogrammed from the mindset of Esau. Them days, them 8 to 10 to 12 to 16-hour days you working, you have to deprogram when you go home. As Officer brought out in Joshua, right? You brought out Joshua?
Yes, sir, in Joshua 1.
You got to meditate. You got to study on the word. This should be your daily routine, is to decompress and get far away from your work. Okay? Your work is what's keeping you from the Bible, okay, from the Most High, all right?
Real quick, Cap.
Did you finish that? Hold on.
No, sir.
No, he's got one more.
It says, ye cannot serve God and mammon. You want to go 25? Or you want
Yeah.
Verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what shall you put on? Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?
Right. So Christ telling you that don't worry about those things. He go provide. But don't put money first. That's what our people do. They put the money first. But as he said in Psalms, he never saw the righteous forsaken nor begging bread. The Most High go take care of us. That's why, as Deacon Malachi brought out, we got the pantry. We have these things set up for Israel so you won't go without. All right? That everything will be distributed as is needed to the families. All right? The Most High have a system set up. All right? And if you love your brother as yourself, you won't let a brother go, shelterless or hungry or whatever the case may be if we have those means. All right? What you got, Officer?
Yes, sir. Real quick, I want to kind of follow up on that thought that you're giving out to Israel. Haggai 1 and 5. Haggai 1 and 5.
All right,
Where you're talking about where no man can serve two masters. And what we're going over is how our people have chose to follow and chase after money versus following and keeping God's laws.
Right.
So real quick, Haggai 1, and we just read 5 through 7.
It's so he about the hardest chapter, the hardest book in the Bible to find.
right after
Zephaniah.
Oh man, right after Zephaniah.
Boy, this is a 7-second failure every time.
That's the struggle scripture, right?
Give him some push-ups. All right.
Oh man, the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Mm-hmm.
consider your ways.
So the Most High is telling you, Israel, first and foremost, consider your ways. Like we brought out earlier, stop and meditate and think about what it is that you're doing. Stop chasing after money. Stop letting that occupy your mind.
Right.
Consider your ways. And here's why. Read.
Ye have sown much and bring in little.
You have sown much. You've worked 40, 50, 60 hours this
Right.
week. But you bring in little. You can barely afford to pay your bills.
Right, you ain't got nothing to show for.
Exactly.
'Cause all of it, when you got it Friday, went what? To bills.
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
food and car payments and house payments and light bills and yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
Subject to payment, Israel.
It just
Exactly.
evaporates.
Basically.
You'll scratch your head, be like, "Where did it
Where-
go?
right.
Did I leave it in the sun and it disappeared?" Like, buddy, I tell you, man.
Yeah, you always get that thought. I knew I had some money somewhere.
right.
Mhm.
The Lord said,
Yeah.
It's gone. Right.
Keep going.
ye have sown much and bring in little.
Mm-hmm.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Read.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Read.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
And here's the point.
And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
You working for what? You worked all these hours for what? The minute you got it, what's the old saying? You robbed Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
You know, you're chasing after the wrong things. You're not focused.
I've never heard that saying before, but I've used it. That's heavy. You
old.
robbed
That's
Peter
old.
to pay
That's
Paul.
very old. Yeah, it's very
God,
old.
dog.
My grandma used to say that
Supposed to
thing
be
right
coming
there.
with them
Yeah,
sayings,
you're a little
man.
young, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Paul said that. I robbed the other churches to help y'all. Like, yeah,
Right.
that's scriptural.
See, look at the wisdom our people
That's
have.
it. That's
Hey,
it.
hey, Cap, can I bring out a precept to go along with that?
Read 7.
Yeah, verse 7.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord
Mhm.
of hosts, consider your ways.
So the Most High is telling you, stop and think what it is that you're doing. Why are you out here trying to chase after riches and glory and fame and fortune when you should be keeping my laws first and foremost?
That's right.
You know, money is not your purpose, not your sole purpose for being here on the face of this earth.
That's right. We got to work. The scripture says, if a man don't work, he don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
The head of your household, you got to take care of your household. You know what I'm saying? Food, raiment, all these different things. We understand this. But it goes to where you're trying to serve two masters. You're trying to go chase the dollar and try to serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You can't do both.
There's a thin line between lusting for money
Right.
and using money as a defense.
That's
Right.
right.
And
That's right.
that's what that use the world and not abuse it goes into.
That's right.
But it's a certain level of wisdom that you gotta have to know when is enough. And a lot of times our people are afraid of enough. Meaning you always want to have more just in case something pop off.
Right,
You don't have
right.
faith in the Lord that He gonna bring you through
Right.
when you got issues.
true.
That used to be my main issue.
That's true.
Mm.
Oh,
Yes, sir. I'm gonna read it real quick. I already got it. Sirach 11:11. It says, "There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind." So, like it goes to when you said labor not to be rich. You got brothers and sisters like the officer just brought out. Got to work. Workaholics. And they, got to make sure I'm on work on time. Got to do this, got to do that. And they take all these pains in order to seek riches, and they still behind. Like now,
That's right. That's right.
people, I'm in my apartment complex. All praise to the Most High. As we was speaking before class, I'm blessed with a job that is still paying me.
Right. Right.
I still gotta go to work certain days, but they still paying me
Right.
what I'm supposed to be paid because of the position I'm in. But at the end of the day, I've seen families in my complex packing up the truck and they heading out because they can't afford it. But these are the people that keep this. They the lifeblood of America.
Right. Right.
They the
right.
ones that keep the
backbone,
system.
right.
Yeah, the backbone of America keep this system going, and they don't even have certainty of a roof over their head.
Right. Right. It's
With
crazy.
families, Northern Kingdom with 5-6 kids with
Yeah,
families.
For sure.
You should
But,
always have 6 months worth of survival in the bank. That's what they tell
Right.
you.
Yeah, that's what Esau
That ain't gonna happen
Well,
for the black
Nah,
community,
not
but
at
no,
all.
sir.
Yeah.
that's what they tell you.
That's
No,
not
sir.
us.
And
We
again,
don't fit in that
not us.
category.
And that's just a mindset based on this system that's set up.
Right.
Right.
Because
This system.
here is the truth behind it. Here's the truth behind it. When this system goes down, what money do you have? What resources do
worth
you have?
nothing.
It's not worth
Right.
anything.
Yes, sir.
Your bank account, is
Pretty
it
much.
really is it gold and silver, or is it just electronic
real.
numbers?
Numbers.
What happens when there's a glitch in the system? Where's your money? And that money that you have in the safe, that so-called paper, you might as well use that for your toilet paper.
Right.
I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation
that's
that
it.
we're in
That's
here.
it.
Right.
That's what
That's it.
depression is, and that's what we've
Right.
learned this before as Americans, but we were just too young. We didn't know nothing about. We didn't go through the depression, so we don't know
Right.
how people that was rich end up being broke
Right, right.
overnight.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to
I-
Exodus 1 and 12 right quick.
I just had one part to go
go ahead,
left
go.
with that cap real quick.
Mhm.
Verse 14, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Oh,
Because that
yeah,
goes
yeah,
back to Deuteronomy where Moses said, it's the Lord that gives you power to get wealth.
Right. Right.
But we have to have the wisdom in order to be able to maintain the wealth. That's what
right.
y'all are bringing out. We don't have the time to build up the wisdom in order to maintain the wealth to be able to be successful.
Right. Right. Because our people, they're in the world. They don't know what, even if they have it, they don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not in the scripture. They're not reverencing the Most High. You know, that's on point. Also, that's on point. So just keeping in that thread, go to Exodus 1 and 12, because just like spiritual or ancient Egypt, rather, this is the same thing over here, like Deacon brought out. This is spiritual Egypt again. We built up their cities, their commerce. You know what I'm saying? Their system. We did the same thing over here. We was the commodity on Wall Street.
That's right.
All right, buying and selling, trading us. All right, read that.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Oh no, 11.
Verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
Well, start at 10. I'm sorry.
Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
So that's that part of them keeping us occupied,
Right,
keeping us our minds consumed with something else.
right.
Okay, and this time, of course, it's captivity. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no benefit per se going on right here, but in this point in time right here, spiritual Egypt, we benefit. All right, we have substances that we getting from working these long hours. Okay, keep reading.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that if when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Right. Today, they don't want you to wake up. As the officer said, they want to keep you asleep, keep your mind focused and occupied, not on seeking the Lord, trying to find out who you are and
Right.
what's my position, what's my duty, what's my purpose on earth.
Right.
You're not trying to find that. Why? Because you consume with working. You consume with that one square pie left for you.
Yes,
The
sir.
6 hours you got left in the day. Check the check. That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Hey, Cap, and you in the spirit, because remember what Moses told, what Pharaoh told the taskmasters. He said, ye are idle, get to work.
Right. Yep.
Right. Verse 11, therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
Right.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Yeah, that's
And-
all I wanted was 11.
Yes, sir.
Just showing you that we built treasure cities. We built today, America.
That's
All
right.
This is built off the back of slaves. All right. And the system set up is the same system that was set up back then. All right. So, which is Revelations 11 and 8. Deacon brought it out yesterday. It's spiritual Egypt. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 33 and 5. All right. Isaiah 33 and 5. This system is just about what? Gain. Gain. But
This is the book.
understanding that, like Officer Zach said, we have to understand the wisdom of money, the wisdom of using our time wisely, not being idle. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high.
Mm-hmm.
He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness.
The Most High is in control of everything. All right, go ahead.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be shall be the stability of thy times,
Mm-hmm.
and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
So us having stability of the time that we have, setting the foundation on us learning, on us seeking the word of God and growing day to day. All right, using our time wisely, because Esau take up pretty much the majority of our time. Okay, and it tells you that treasure is in the Lord. All right, it said the fear of the Lord is his treasure. You fear the Most High, you go do what? Study, show yourself approved. All right, keeping these commandments. Not sinning. All right, teaching others when you get right and correct yourself. Start putting on the commandments and the faith of Christ. Then you can help and show and teach others. This is the process that all of us have been through. All right, and this is the process that we have to now get our minds changed back to. Okay, and serving the Most High. All right. Go to Daniel's 1:20, because just like Pharaoh, he sought out what? Wise men. That's the same thing that they're doing today with our brothers and sisters. All right, to do what? Keep this economy going. All right, but they wise. Why are they wise? Because they know the word. All right, they know the commandments. All right. What I say, Daniel's. Yeah.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 20. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm.
That's talking about who? The children of Israel. All right, when you read verse 3. The way you have to think about it is the way that you carry yourself and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you have according to the scriptures, the commandments. The other nations start to see these things about you. You understand? And then really they will respect you more. Because I give you examples, doing taxes. This Edomite, was it Edomite or Elam? I can't remember. Elam. Anyway, he was like, it's like, had my whole family there. He was like, it's something different about you. It's something, I don't know. It's something different about you. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Order and structure, the commandments, that's what's different. Another situation, we at the bank doing a business transaction, all right? Setting up a business account. Elam, I see something different about y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You're
This,
a
that, and the
man
third.
with your house well ordered.
Right.
When you're a man with your house well ordered and you're black, that's an anomaly.
Right.
They don't know how to handle that. They're like,
Pretty much. So it's showing you the way that you carry yourself, which is the commandments. These nations will look for you to do what? To help, in their building of their kingdom. But you're going to use that wisdom that you have to do what? In turn, do what? Help your people. So these positions that our people are getting in, it's of the Most High, right? Some way. But if they're in this truth, they're going to use their position to be able to help their people versus the gain and all the accolades that they get of man. You understand what I'm saying?
watch.
Yes, sir.
What is that? I forgot what is that. What is it? Jeremiah 3:6 when he say, "Don't go to the other people with the different tongues, because surely they will listen to my word."
I think it's Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
The point I'm making is what you just said. That's what they do.
Right,
already.
right.
You don't have to teach them that. You got to teach that
Right.
to the Negro.
Yeah.
But Elam and all the other nations come here, they get their businesses, and they do it to help out their people back at home.
Oh yeah, they
Even
send
the
their money
Africans
back
do
and
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But for us, we don't know how to do that. That's what
At
I was
all.
thinking
Right,
about
right,
Ezekiel
right.
3.
That's on
If
point.
you went and told the other nations, they would do it because they
Right.
already have it in their mind.
Their mindset.
But us, it's far from our thought.
Right.
That's that Colossians 3 and
Right.
2
And
and 8
And when you
being
said
destroyed in our mind.
right, and that's when you said the people look at you with a certain level of respect because they see how you ordering yourself. That's what Deuteronomy 4 is talking about.
That's right.
Should this a wise and understanding people because
Right.
you understand what you are on this earth for.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, officer? The thing that you saying, those people within our community that have tried to push that understanding onto our people of getting wealth and using it wisely for your people, those are the ones that have been pushed to the wayside. Like Bishop speaks about him a lot, Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson, this is when I was first coming into the truth, when I was waking up, I'm like, okay, what's going on? When you listen to Claude Anderson, he was, yes, about economics, but the economics for us. Because one of his biggest things was we had, at one point in time, we had businesses. He talked about Black Wall Street. He talked about a lot of the communities we had where our money stayed amongst us. But like you said, we don't have that wisdom and understanding. The other nations have it, but we don't have that wisdom and understanding to utilize that with us because of the hatred we got for
Too
each
much
other
crab
too.
in the barrel.
Yeah,
Right.
Even for instance,
That's the mentality.
a quick little off the mind. Tyler Perry just made a huge giant studio, right?
Right.
Why is it that he don't have a whole bunch of young black people that's trying to learn how to do movies in
Well,
there?
I think
Right.
that's what he said. Quote
Yeah.
unquote. He have on there.
We'll see.
He got places for people like what you just said. They want to be the next producers and the directors
honestly,
and all that.
He should have a school in there, a film school
Exactly.
that he starts up so it could be pushed from generation to generation.
Exactly.
So, like what we saw yesterday, if anybody actually watched the class, you got a treat afterwards. When you saw Christ throw the demons out of the swine, that was beautiful.
Right.
But imagine what you could do with the proper resources and the proper teaching on how to do
Yes,
it
sir.
even more. We can change the face of how people look and perceive us because we can do our own. We
Yes,
don't have
sir.
to run to Wakanda Forever and all that other garbage and
Yes,
have because it's a self-esteem that we're trying to get, but because we're looking for that image. Many days without an image.
Right.
And we have the power to give ourselves our own image, but who's going to really take the reins of that and really do it for their people out of love for their people and not do it just to try to make a buck or try to get over on their people?
That's being done right now through IUIC.
Thank you.
That's right.
Bishops and deacons.
And we don't got the resources. We making the resources.
Right.
Right.
These cats got the resources
Right.
and don't want to make them available to the people that they should.
Right.
That's the difference between a man with wisdom and a man with money.
That's right. So just back on the point, we're doing that today. You know, what you just said is being implemented today, but it just takes our brothers and sisters repenting, coming
Exactly.
back,
That's
applying
right.
these commandments. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, real quick, Cap, that's what I was going to say with that comment that also was bringing out. First and foremost, there has to be understanding of how to love your brother and your sister.
Right. Yeah.
There has to be an understanding of how to keep God's laws
Right.
first
Repentance. Right.
before you can even set up any of that.
Yeah.
You've got to repent and you've got to instill these things into yourselves.
Right.
No.
Right. Order, structure, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a process, Israel. It's not an overnight type thing. It don't happen overnight. You come in here, you start as a child, like the scriptures say, and start to get built up. You know what I'm saying?
You say
You come
that
in here,
again.
you 6 months in, you 6 months old, okay? Spiritually, all right? No matter if you 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, all right? So go to Sirach 38 and 24. Sirach 38 and 24. We're going back to where we started because using your time wisely is on you. You know, when you come home, you know, you have to use your time that's allowed it to you per captivity, per work. Some people get up at, I know myself, you know,
Yeah,
4:30 in the
5
morning.
o'clock. Yes,
You got-
sir.
Yeah,
Bring it out.
Right. You got a panel up here that get up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is the type of, you know, programming we've been in, you know. Read that one.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
You hear that? It said the wisdom of a learned man come by opportunity of leisure. Leisure is your unoccupied time, all right? Your free time, as they call it. It's the definition of unoccupied time. It's free time. That's your leisure time. That's the time when you have to go home, teach your children, learn, study. Go to Sirach 39 and 1 and read that. This is your time to focus on the Most High. All right, not have excuses. All right, because a lot of brothers got excuses. I'm tired. I got to do this. I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? We all tired. We all tired of this captivity. What's going to get us out of this captivity is to do what? Go out there, teach, and wake our people up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, break the cycle in which that's what we're going over. The cycle of what? Our people working. That's all they focus on is working. You understand? Sirach 39:1.
Yes, sir, I got you. The book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High.
So remember, verse 34, chapter above, was going into work. Maintain the state of this world. That's our people mindset. That's why we don't have time. But it's telling you now where your mind should be. Go ahead.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
It say we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. Who is the ancients? Our forefathers. Romans 15:4. Everything written aforetime was written for our learning. Christ and them they was living the word at the time, writing history, but they was following what? The Old Testament, the prophets, right? Go ahead.
And be occupied in prophecies.
That's what we're supposed to be occupied, in prophecy. The bishop, when you see, he's occupied in prophecy. The classes that you've been seeing in Revelations, he's occupied in prophecy. All right? The things that are going to come and happen now, aforetime. Well, not aforetime, but in the future. Okay? The things to come. All right? And the things that happened in the past as well. This is why our mind should be focused and meditating on the Most High, so we can be able to teach other men, all right, and children and women, all right. Is there more on that? Yeah, go ahead.
I love this is one of my favorite chapters. Let's go to verse 24.
Read 2 right quick, and then you got it.
Okay. Verse 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
It's telling you the same thing. You're going to study your forefathers. You're going to see the things that they went through is the same thing we're going through today, just in a different shape, form, or fashion. All right? You can overcome. You can make it. You can work out your salvation, through this captivity. But you can't put all these devices and things of that nature that our oppressors putting before us to blind you, all right, from the word.
And one thing, I'm piggyback on what you just said. One thing the Most High will never do is he'll never not send somebody to show you how to do it.
Right.
Meaning, like, any captivity you in, any generation you in, is always going to be one or two brothers that's doing it. Then that's why the scriptures tell you in Sirach 6:32 to be close to that wise man.
Right.
Wear out his
Where's those
doorsteps.
steps out?
This is going into that too.
Right.
Wearing out that doorstep so you can learn one-on-one wisdom.
Right.
I learned from my brothers that's been there before me that can show me how to do things a little bit better,
Right.
and then I teach the ones that come behind me. It's a family thing, it's a group thing, it's a nation thing, and we all learn it from looking at our forefathers.
Right. That's right.
But 24 is heavy. I love this. I really love this chapter. If you ever read this chapter, y'all should read it at home all the way. But 24.
Verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Just like we was talking about. And one of the main ways they could be holy is we can use money the right way, or we can use money the wrong way.
Right.
and it shows you, like, watch this. Keep reading. Go to 25.
Verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners.
Watch this. 26.
The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
So a wise man understands he needs water to survive.
Right.
But a sinner, that same water can turn to a hurricane and kill him.
Right.
Let's go.
Fire.
Fire. We can use fire to cook. We can use fire to keep us warm. Or the fire and brimstone come down and destroy you. He can take those same things that's made good. He can switch them on you when you a sinner and make them bad. So you can have all the money in the world, and the Most High will switch the money from where it had a good intent and turn it bad and destroy your whole life with it.
Right,
That's what he's showing you when you keep reading. He gonna give you all the things down here, and every one of these things can be used for good or bad. Like, keep reading. Go to iron.
Iron.
Obviously, we can use it for stuff that we need around the house, or it can be used for a sword to kill you.
Right.
Keep going.
And salt.
You can use salt for flavoring, or you can use too much salt and have diabetes.
Right.
Keep going. High blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. Flour of wheat.
You can use it to eat sparingly and make, or you can have too many dainties, like the scriptures tell you not to, and now you sick.
Right,
Read.
right.
Honey.
Same thing. Keep going.
Milk.
Same thing.
And the blood of the grape.
And because you can get drunk off of it
Right. Alcohol.
and
Yeah,
die,
alcohol.
or because that's what it's going into, the blood of the
Your
grape.
kidney be gone.
Or you can drink it the right way, and it's
Right.
good for your stomach aches,
Mm-hmm.
and you can drink sparingly, and you can have it with your unleavened bread.
Right.
It's showing you the things that we have on this earth. When you have wisdom, you look at them totally different
Right.
than when you're a sinner and you're in the midst of wickedness. And that's what's happening with our people, that they just don't got. They got to get the spirits right in order to be able to succeed.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All praises.
All right. So go to Romans 12:1. Romans 12:1. This our purpose on earth is to serve the Most High. All right. To whatever time we have to allocate to Him. All right. And I know our time is short. We have so much time in a day. You know, that 24-hour period. You know, leaders and brothers of rank and things of that nature, they have what I'm thinking of. Huh? Well, they got lives, but they got offices they have to do. That's what I'm thinking of. They got offices that they have to uphold, that they have to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So their life and time is consumed. You know, once you become a leader and doing the work of the Most High, your life becomes consumed. So you have your normal day-to-day of working for Esau. Then you have your time when you come home and you got to do the Most High's work, all right? And as well, have time with your family, your wife, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be an entrepreneur and try to start your own, that's other aspect of things. You understand?
Hey, Cap, I was saying something about that, what you just brought out about that time management. In one of the classes, I was telling Israel, I don't understand why so many of them are ready to try to jump into a leadership position, not understanding or not having the wisdom like you're bringing out that there has to be some management there. You know, your life as a regular brother or as a soldier, as you're coming in just learning the scriptures, getting the basics and the milk, it's a whole lot easier than when you start picking up rank and responsibilities.
Right.
Especially when you got to make decisions with people's lives.
Exactly.
This ain't no game. When we do leadership, I know you know what I'm saying, but when we up here as leadership making decisions, we're making on behalf of our people, and a lot of times the stuff you don't know is going on behind the scenes be heavy, life-changing decisions that we got to make that's in our hands.
And Deacon touched on it last night. You know, certain things that that's for y'all to come up to the conclusion of what you're going to do. You know, your own salvation.
And you got to have the wisdom to know when to pull it and when to pull back.
Right.
And
That's right.
And that's why it was so important when Bishop was talking about how the brothers that tried to go and circumvent the test, not understanding this is not why you think God intervened on that?
Right.
Because you messing with God's children and you messing with God's children's lives. He not just gonna put nobody up here that he don't trust.
That's right.
It takes years of work and years of showing the Lord that you serious about him to come up here and do what we do.
That's right. Right. You got to be loyal to the Most High first. You know what I'm saying? And a just man and righteous man go see your loyalty to Him.
And you got to be able to take correction and bounce back and do what's right.
That's right. That's right. So read that, Romans 12:1.
Yes, sir. The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
It said we have to present our bodies. So no matter how much labor that Esau done put you through for that day, you know, out of the 24 hours a day, you still have to do what? Present your body as that living sacrifice. You may be tired, but you still got to call a brother or sister to help encourage them or build them up in an area where they need that encouragement. They need that upliftment. This is your job.
That's why it's called a sacrifice, because
That's
it's something
right.
you got to do sometimes.
That's right.
You might not want to do it, you still got to do it.
That's right.
Why it's called a
You
sacrifice.
still have to do it. And again, let's go into serving two masters. You got to work, yes, but then you got to do your true purpose and live out your true purpose on this earth. And that's to fight and do the Most High's job, his business, all right, like Christ said, all right? So this is our reasonable service to do what? Help and show and teach brothers and sisters, all right? Go to 2nd Ezra 11 and 38. Second Ezra 11 and 38. Yeah.
Okay. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 11 and verse 38. Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them?
So we understand and know that this talking about what today, modern day who? America, right? Go ahead.
Verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness.
Right now, Esau, extension of Rome, they have power over the earth.
With great fearfulness.
With great fearfulness.
Those nuclear bombs is what they hold over all the countries.
That's right.
Head.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Nagasaki. Yeah. That's the fear that they put out there, the atom bomb. When they did that great miracle, that fear was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with us. We got something for you. You know what I'm saying? That's who it's talking about, America. Go ahead. And they're fearful as well for us. You know what I'm saying? Most High woke us up to come back into these commandments. And a lot of things we do, we got to, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You understand? Because this system is not set up for us to, in all praise to the Most High, it's certain things that's set up for our benefit. But for the most part, we got to tread lightly. You understand? But we trust in the Most High that he will make a way. Like
That's right.
Martin Luther King, like, affirmative action and freedom of speech and things of that nature. He used these men to pave a way for us to do what we're doing today. You understand?
And even with that, at the same time, we still have shame. We still have to keep these commandments with shame.
That's right.
Because our enemies are always lurking and always over us, trying to stop us from keeping these commandments and make us enemies. So even though we have, the Most High has made it to where we can live in peace, like he said he was going to do in Jeremiah, but at the same time, we still live in shame to keeping God's commandments around here. We have to stand up so hard, like even with the Passover thing. We go through so much behind the scenes just trying to keep these commandments, and our enemies are always biting down our throat and always down our neck, and we still, that's why we need to get out of here. Because we're tired of doing it in shame. I get tired of having to do it in shame.
And that's the thing. The key for us to get out of here is doing what? Keeping the commandments.
So we need you. We need you out there listening to us.
Right. That's right.
To come on.
To
and
take
repent.
heed and turn back to these commandments and repent as the Israelite. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
With much wicked oppression. This is talking about your neighborhood, so-called friendly Edomite. Okay? Him. Over the whole earth, oppression, wicked oppression. All right? That we've been going through since we got off them ships to today. All right? Right. Go ahead.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With deceit. He deceived us in thinking the American dream is the way. Working to death is the way to riches, to a happy life, to comfort, to security. Like you was talking about earlier. Putting your money is your security. It's for you to be secure in. It's not. That's not where your security lies, because we see that today as an example. You have all the money in the world. You got millionaires, billionaires catching corona and dying. Where's your money helping you today? It's not.
And to see the Christianity.
Right, right.
That's
yeah.
the biggest to see.
Yeah, right.
Because they got you praying to white Christ
Seize your boat.
right now to save you
Right.
and bless America.
Right.
Another danger about that with that Christianity, like you're talking about here, the spiritual pie. How much time are we dedicating to the Most High?
Right.
That's what makes Christianity so dangerous, because they give out the impression that you don't have to give no time to the Most High.
Right.
All
right.
you do is call on His name
Uh-uh.
or just have a belief.
Give them that money.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Give me
You
that
gotta
2%.
work.
Yeah.
You gotta go to work so you can pay the Lord.
That's it. And that's the only mindset that they have.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
long as I give my 10%, I'm good. With
Can
God.
I go to something real quick on that, or you got something real quick?
I'm for the finish. On
Okay,
this,
because I want to go back to that point with Christianity. I ain't gonna leave
Okay.
that point.
We'll finish this off.
Yes, sir. Verse 41.
Mm-hmm.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
Most High have not judged the earth with truth yet. All right. That's Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable.
That's
That-
talking about us, Israel. Go ahead.
Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
Right. That's us today. We bring forth fruit. We the backbone of America. Again, we don't profit no way in none of this stuff. You understand? We get minimum wage. Some maybe a little more, whatever the case may be, but we still at what? The bottom. All right. We're not up there with the execs and with this platform, that platform, and making big decisions or in those meetings. You know what I'm saying? You know how they have their meetings in the conference room? We're not in those meetings.
And
all
if
right.
you are, you better not say nothing.
Right.
You better go in the corner and just agree.
Pretty much. Go ahead.
And hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
That's us. We ain't did nobody no harm. We come over here on cargo slave ships to serve out our punishment, and we get treated just as such. Go ahead.
Verse 43. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty.
That's one key thing. That's why I wanted to go here, is for the pride. That's America with their pride. You know, the great whore. You know, you can't touch us, but you're being touched today. All right. The Most High sent this plague throughout the whole earth. All right, and it's touching America, right?
That's right.
You know, that's why we up in arms and military, and the whole earth is going crazy right now. Why? Because something that they money and power can't control.
And
The Most High's power. You can't do nothing with that. All right. So I'm just showing you, Israel, that we have to stop trusting and serving two masters and letting Esau take up our time of our pie. But on the spiritual side of your pie, to do all you can do to manage your time, to for family time, to study, to go out and push the truth, so on and so forth, of course, via restrictions. But the Most High wants you to his time versus you giving it all to your oppressor. All right? What you got, officer?
read 44 before I go to where I want to go to.
Yes, sir. Verse 44. The highest also has he looked upon the proud times,
Proud times of America. He's looked up on them.
That's
He
it.
had enough. Keep reading.
and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled.
So what the captain was just saying is, now that you see that this time is almost up, what you gonna do?
Right.
Where your reigns gonna lie? Are you gonna sit back and relax and say, "Oh, I wish I was at work.
Right.
I wish I could make some money," or are you gonna put your time and your devotion into the Most High? Hell, you might not be able to gather together, but at least watch some videos, at least study, read with your family, figure out something to do of the Lord.
Oh,
while
so
you
that's
out
the
here.
time they have right now. You got a lot of leisure time.
Exactly. It's a whole
you ain't
bunch of
working.
time.
Your pie
A lot
right
of y'all
now.
ain't working.
Your pie right now is
It's
only
full.
8 hours of sleep.
Right.
and you
Pretty
got,
much.
And you got 16 hours to do.
There
the
you go.
Lord.
Right. Pretty much.
You
The Most
got,
High, he
got
switched,
plenty
he
time.
switched
time.
everything on you.
Right.
So, but that's the point. I didn't want to leave without reading verse 44 because that's heavy.
Right. All praises. All praises. So
I had Isaiah 55:1 because
Go
what
ahead,
you
go
said about Christianity, about how they try to charge
right.
and get you to work and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And say that all you got to do is pay your tithes and believe in Christ.
Yeah.
That ain't true.
Yeah,
I want
it's
to tell
Bible.
those people out here that's listening, it don't cost nothing to repent.
At all.
That's
And the
right.
Bible tells you that. So what is it? Isaiah 55:1?
55:1.
Yes, sir. 55:1. The book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 1. Ho, Every one that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Telling you, the Bible is telling you right here, this truth is free.
Right.
The water that you need from the Most High, the bread, the man should not eat off bread alone. The wine, the milk that's talking about is this wisdom.
Right.
The milk is the laws. The wine is the understanding, or it could be the lies that you learn that he's showing you. But the whole point is all these different things he's showing you can get in this Bible, and you ain't got to pay a dime.
That's right.
Mhm.
So this Christianity farce is almost up. You're going to see that you ain't stored no treasures in heaven all this time you've been spending all your money giving it to your pastor's Bentley. It's time to wake up, come out of that foolishness, and repent the right way.
That's right. That's right. You've been
Bamboozled, tricked.
pretty
Whatever
much
word you got of to being deceitful,
filling
like this world is.
filling the pastor's pocket. That's
Right.
it. Basically.
You've been deceived, Israel. Time to come back to the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All praises Israel. So that's the end of our class. We pray that y'all got something from it. Just remember, Israel, use this time that you have wisely. All right. Don't let it go for naught. All right. A lot of people not working, and that leads me to what Deacon Malachi brought out last night. Remember to go to the original, IsraelUnite.org / COVID-19, but basically go to the website, and we have all those things on there that will help you, for as unemployment, how to file, food, if you need that, home, if you can't pay, things of that nature. All those things are on the website to help all our people, all right? So go and get that information as needed, all right?
And that even going to that and looking at that website and seeing what that sister put together is showing you what you can do when you got free time. This sister did that.
Right,
I'm saying real talk.
Right.
That's another way of storing her treasures in heaven. This sister took the time out
That's
to
right.
put all this in one place,
Right.
so you ain't got to go searching for it.
Bro,
It's
you know how much Esau charged you to do something like that?
right.
A whole bunch of money.
She did it probably in like a couple of weeks,
Right.
and she got it all set up. That's those type of sisters and brothers that we need.
That's right.
In this truth, that's wise time management.
Right. And
Instead of sitting around chilling, she was like, let me take what I know, my skills,
right. That's
and
it.
let me go ahead and set it up for Israel right now. Since I'm not working right now, I can
Right.
use my skills to be able to help the body.
That's right.
Mhm.
And that's the selfless act that the sisters did in using their skills that they learned, whatever, occupation that they took up, skill set, they using that to help what? Benefit the nation.
All right. When they were studying, they wasn't studying for stupidness. They were studying
Right.
those government programs so they can figure out what to put for Israel.
That's right.
They wasn't
Right.
just
That's
looking at the information and keeping it to themselves.
Right. Yep.
That's why I said what I just said. That's using your time wisely
That's right.
in another
That's right.
way.
Loving your nation as you love yourself.
Exactly. So if you got those kind of talents and this kind of stuff, you in this truth,
Right.
see what you can do to help out during this time while you got all this free time.
That's right.
Use your talents to help the body.
So that sends us to the another segue of Jacob Pope. Remember to go and apply on that as well. All right. If you are qualified, a teacher, have the degrees, or somebody that actually teaches at home with the experience, firsthand account experience, then you can go and apply on there. All right. And they're trying to roll this out for the nation of Israel. So let's help sisters and brothers that can.
Even
all
if
right?
you have editing skills and stuff like that, because eventually they're going to be able to pre-record a whole
Right,
class.
Right.
And then you might be the ones
Teacher
that
session.
can help them pre-record the classes
Right.
so they can go out in a timely manner. You'd be surprised what you can do
Oh,
if
yeah.
you got
Oh, yeah.
skills.
It's
So-
there. It's there. It's
So
there.
all you people out there that got skills, find out what you can do. I
Right.
don't want to JFK it, but find out what you can do for your nation. Not what your nation can do for you.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Nation of
Don't-
Israel.
Right.
I know that's why I say your nation, not your country.
Don't forget Israel to go to Israel, original royalty as well to support that. We still need you to go buy fringes, border blue posters, calendars, music, so on and so forth. All that money and funds go back to help the nation as well. All right, as well as
And
the
help
Booster
you.
Club. Yeah, and help
Because
you,
if
right.
we need more food for the pantry, guess what? The money you've been
That's
given,
right.
we help to go get it. Whatever the
Right.
people don't fill in, we gonna fill in.
Right.
So you still helping yourself.
Okay. So don't forget the Booster Club as well to become a member of that and donate what Most High puts on your heart and mind to donate. All right. As well, go to IUIC Houston and subscribe to our channel and rate and like and share with your family. All right.
Bring it out.
As well as the podcast. All right. Go to that, rate, like, and comment, and share that as well. All right. So Israel, we pray y'all got something from this class today. Use your time wisely. Use your portion of the pie, your spiritual pie, to best use. All right. And that's to serve the Most High. All right. 4 chapters a day. You got a lot that you can fill in that 6 hours, of working and sleep. Okay. So use the time wisely, Israel. All right. With that, we say shalom. Most High in Christ bless y'all.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth. We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed.